Hi there, friends. I'm hoping that you're going to eventually see this video. I've never attempted to post a reaction to a movie, so we'll see what happens. Technically, this is a TV movie, but whatever. Since I do UK TV, there you go. Here's the next step in eventually moving to some movie reactions, which I'd like to do. I know some people have requested I do The Fall, which I would love to cover because I've always wanted to see that movie. And I just thought for fun I would cover a horror film, and decided that I've always heard about this one, so why not give this one a try? Ghostwatch from 1992. I know that it was a TV movie that aired, it was a program that aired, I want to say like in that weird Saturday night slot that the BBC had. I think it's BBC One. I'm probably wrong. I'm always wrong about stuff like that. But I've seen a couple other programs that aired during that time. They would kind of air sort of interesting stuff there. I've seen like Abigail's Party. I think one other that I can't recall right now. But this was meant to be a film that's like a fake news program about the existence of ghosts. And I've heard they used actual like TV presenters at the time in the UK for it, which was maybe not the best idea. Very cool, but maybe not the best idea because I heard that it also caused some sort of War of the World-esque pandemonium, which we can talk about later. But I don't know. It's literally a dark and stormy night out. I thought it might be fun. And I don't tend to watch a lot of, well, I watch a ton of ghost horror movies around this time. I don't watch a lot of ghost films because I don't believe in ghosts, so I don't find them that scary. So I don't tend to watch them when I'm marathoning horror movies. I'll watch the classics. If it's a classic or it's one that like maybe does something a little bit different or I hear has great reviews, then I definitely will watch it, but it's not one of those. If I just kind of am looking at random horror movies and hear like ghosts or demons, I tend to just be like, meh, unless I hear it's really good. So, you know, I'll watch like The Conjuring or The Changeling with George C. Scott's wonderful, things like that, or like The Innkeepers, but random ones I don't really watch. Still, I've heard this is great, so let's see what happens. I got nothing. It might be fun.
The program you're about to watch is a unique live investigation of the supernatural. It contains material which some viewers may find to be disturbing. Let's see what you think.
Turn the light off. Makes me wonder how many like paranormal movies of today were inspired by this, because this is just like, I can think of so many horror films that this is like, but the two little girls immediately makes me think of like Conjuring 2 specifically. I don't know if this is meant to be kind of based on a specific case or what, but obviously also like Paranormal Activity, those movies which I've seen the first 3 of, and then I was kind of fine. I think maybe I watched one of the others and was just like, nah, I'm good. First 3 are okay. But yeah, it is like, this is so many found footage films we've, you know, nowadays I've seen.
Mom! Help me! Help me! Don't touch me! Don't touch me!
So who moved the camera there? Was that meant to be the ghost moved the camera?
Well, let's go to the main location of our program, the house in Foxhill Drive. Craig Charles, that well-known ghost hunter, is our reporter. Craig, how are you?
Hi, Michael. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm taking the...
That's Lister. Is that his... What's Lister from Red Dwarf doing here?
It's obvious these people are desperate for help. It makes me so angry when you still get people out there denying that these things even happen.
All right, Dr. Pascoe for the moment. Thank you very much indeed. Lynn Pascoe will be...
I love the
Denying that these things even happen.
All right, Dr. Pascoe.
In the background. I watched that picture in my house. I thought I was in love with these little skulls down here, but no, clearly the star is that beautiful individual.
Is time-coded, and atmospheric condition and temperature are logged on screen by sensors. Those are like the little burglar alarms with the red lights,
right.
Except...
It's gonna sound silly, but I kind of like that they're walking you through all this boring stuff, because this is 100% what they would do on a news program. I know that they, I guess, gave a warning before this program aired, but if you missed that, I can fully see why. Granted, I don't know how over the top they're going to get with this, but at least when it comes to this beginning part, I can see why someone might think this is a real program. Might think that it is a real thing that is happening. Probably not later on, but at least for now anyway. I can definitely see it. I do watch I do watch Ghost Hunters because I watch Ryan and Shane from BuzzFeed Unsolved who do Ghost Files as well. I watch Ghost Files because it's very funny. I have my bestie, we used to watch it together all the time. We lived together, and she believes in ghosts and I don't. And the thing I like about that show is that Ryan Burgard believes in ghosts very strongly and Shane doesn't. So like he's kind of there to just be like, this is all crap, but yeah, I'm gonna talk to a room that's empty and I'm gonna ask invisible creatures to come in and break my back and pull out my guts and things like that. As Ryan's next to him having a full-blown meltdown is kind of funny. But yeah, I kind of like they're walking you through the tech of it all.
You know, at the beginning, when you showed the real footage of that haunted bedroom, well, I know it was dark, but I was sure I could see a figure standing behind, against the wall, just by the curtain.
I was kind of looking at the footage, trying to see if anything was going to pop out. I didn't see any figures.
Well, I didn't know what to say. They were that terrified. So I said it was pipes. It's central heating. So afterwards, whenever Kim heard something, she'd say, it's pipes. Pipes is here.
It's actually really clever. I can see that being creepy in a horror film, calling a character Pipes. Because I like that.
One day I looked in Susie's exercise book from school.
Oh my God!
I was so shocked. I said,
okay. That got more intense real quick than I thought it would.
I've got 8 or 9 phone calls here, which are like Emma Stableford's we had earlier on. They too have seen a mysterious dark figure in the background of that shot in the children's bedroom.
Now, this is the point where Emma Stapleford, our caller, says she could identify...
It is now! That wasn't there before! You're trying to gaslight me. That was not there before. That was not there before. Okay. That's cool. That's...
Can we play it back, VTR? There you are. Back a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going!
Right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Can we go forward slowly?
Sure. No, I'm doing that now. That's slow enough?
Uh-huh.
That is so good. That is so good. That's... I love movies that make you think you're going crazy. And that's a genius move to do that. That was great. Aces. I love that. I thought it was going to be like the lamest thing. I'll be honest. I thought it would just be like a bunch of like, oh, it's spooky and things getting... That's great. Just even if like not much else happens, just that little trick alone, this movie has some respect for me.
I can't see anything now myself.
Imagine if you're like watching this on television. Let's say you missed the first like minute, you've missed the warning, and you're watching this thing, it might be real, and then like it's not like you can. It's knowing that this was made to be played on television at a time where it's not like you could go back and rewind. They didn't have that then, so you truly would have thought you were going nuts because like I didn't see anything, did I? Just like I did, and then wait a minute, there is something. Wait, now there's not something. You'd think you were going nuts.
False alarm? Warn our viewers of a nervous disposition that the things on this tape that they might find a little bit distressing.
if you can grunt, can you speak? Oh, dear God, Susan.
Right, I thought you said red rum. I like that they walked physically over to this like you would in a news program, kind of changing your scenery a little bit, and then the way they're lowering the lights. It all feels very... I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. I guess planned out, like it would be. Like it all feels incredibly real. I love that so much that it really does feel like. I keep thinking about this is doing what I feel like Late Night with the Devil wanted to, and I think about halfway succeeded, but not fully for me anyway. I think this one's really doing it, and it's really great so far.
Who are you?
I'm assuming this is meant to be a reference to that, oh gosh, that girl for the really famous possession case. I'm sorry, maybe people who watch this believe in possessions. I don't know. The very famous possession case where they had that audio, that girl, it wasn't Annabelle, it was like Annalie or Annalise or something. I think it's what The Extras of Emily Rose is based on. And they've got that audio. She basically just was supposedly possessed and then died. and it was horrific. But they have this crazy audio of it, so I think that's what they're referencing here.
Forensic scientists at Cambridge examined the voice recording and compared it to Suzanne's normal speech pattern, and they defined it as the voices of two separate people.
Two people, yeah. Sure.
And we asked Suzanne to...
I love that you can't tell where the main presenter is as far as actually believing in this or not. I think that's like, I can't figure out if he thinks this is all stupid or if he's kind of open to it or if he does believe. He's just being a very stoic presenter, and I think that's great.
And clocks and watches just stop when they're in the house. I mean, I just gave up wearing
Look
them.
at that old school Mickey watch.
And the favourite in the situation now is, of course, the spoons at the bend.
Uri Geller.
Quite remarkable. A couple of regular little Uri Gellers or sisters.
They would have been in the room sometimes. You just open the drawer and put it out.
Yeah. All right. Good night. Keep warm. Yeah.
You don't know that child. Don't kiss me goodnight. You don't know her.
So, Sarah, got anything to report at all?
No, nothing. Just the cold. It's typical, isn't it? A house full of technology and nobody's bothered to find out. Maybe central heating switches on.
I think they're letting the idea of this cold be this kind of ongoing thing of it could just be cold because it's October and it's the UK. It could be cold because ghost in the house. I like that. There's like these little things that are explainable but also could be something else.
I noticed that in my watch had stopped.
Really?
Yeah.
What time? When?
Just before we went on air.
It's these little things, having the watch stop. This little, because I'm sure their budget was like $8, so it's not like they're going to do anything extremely crazy when it comes to effects. But these little touches in there is cool. It's this kind of rising what could be happening.
I went to the front door, and it was obvious it was coming from Pam's house.
So what did you see?
Well, the top window was smashed, and Pam and Kimmy were in the garden crying, so we made them a cup of tea, and they just come.
I wish I liked tea. It always just makes it sound so comforting. Like a cup of tea can fix everything. I wish I liked tea or coffee. Alas.
Well, it was this summer. My youngest son Gary came running into the house in a real state. So when I calmed him down, it seemed that they'd been playing in here, and they'd found this dead black Labrador.
Where did they find it?
God.
It was about here.
And how had it died?
Well, it'd been cut open, like something in a butcher's shop.
Can you imagine the kind of person that would do something like that?
And is that all that happened?
Well, it was pregnant.
That's enough.
There were fetuses scattered all over.
Jesus!
The kids weren't late for weeks.
I should imagine not. Try and find the guy who tried unsuccessfully to exercise Fox Hill Drive. And Mr. Arthur Lacey. Arthur Lacey? Arthur Lacey. Come with me, Arthur.
Fuck off.
That's the place.
Here's the thing, I watch a lot of horror movies and so my eyes are constantly scanning in the dark to look for something that could be there because I've seen things like Skinamarink or like A Haunting of Hill House where like there's stuff in the background. So I keep looking occasionally for things in the background and I think...
I'm going to try and find the guy who tried unsuccessfully to exercise Fox Hill Drive. And Mr. Arthur Lacey. Arthur Lacey? Arthur Lacey.
That fucking guy. With the blood on him. Is that meant to be the drawing? Why is this kind of scary? I thought this was just gonna be. It's going so dark with the puppies. Is that gonna tie into anything? They're just a horrible thing they just said. I wish I could get closer. I swear to God, am I crazy? I swear to God. That's meant to be the drawing because it had the red eye
Fox Hill Drive.
and the blood.
Mr. Arthur Lacey. Arthur Lacey? Arthur Lacey.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's kind of scary. That's legitimately a little bit scary. I get so excited. It's a joke that my buddy and I always say. I think we were watching The Conjuring 2. And I can't remember what part it was at. It wasn't the nun. It might have been the crooked man who did actually kind of get to me. It's funny, like I'm not afraid of ghost stuff, but I was as a kid extremely. I was afraid of everything as a kid, but the stuff that would get me is always like ghost stories, or campfire stories. So urban legend stuff still scares me. So like Slender Man kind of terrifies me. I remember when I saw the couple bits of marble hornets I saw, I was so afraid. I slept in my roommate's bed and made her leave like not a nightlight on, the light on. I guess that stuff that scares me as a little kid will still get to me. And I remember the Crooked Man kind of gave me those vibes a little bit in Conjuring 2. I leaned over to my buddy when we were watching the movie in the theater, and I'm like, this is very effective. And we always joke that that's kind of the thing that horror fans say when something's actually scary. We just call it very effective. And this is actually getting pretty effective.
Come with me, Arthur.
Come on.
I like that the feed's getting disrupted a little bit with this cut out for a second.
I can't hear anything now.
Oh.
What are these?
I didn't like the drawings.
Some kids' pictures weren't here before.
The circle. I'm sorry, I associate circles with like fairy rings. So I just keep going like, is it? I'm so perplexed by that. Maybe it's a ghost thing. I didn't know it. I mean, the other thing I think of is like the show Supernatural with like its little rings.
Wait a minute, the cat. It's you.
Fuck, was that him again?
Wait a minute, the cat.
Is that him or is that a camera person? That legitimately scared me a little bit. I think it's supposed to be. Because none of the people we saw were like bald.
It's you.
Turn around.
I don't know what to do. Should we go back
I think that was
upstairs?
supposed to be him again. Ah, it totally was! Mr. Pipes!
Can we cut to the hall camera? No, sorry. Sorry, the landing camera. No, the landing on the door. The other landing. That's it, and zoom in. Can we pan? Can we pan left? And down.
Okay.
Oh! I love it! Alright, so it's like right here, half hour left of the thing. We obviously, as the audience, are seeing, no, there's some real shit going on, but we're now gonna have this whole thing where it actually might be fake. Awesome. I'm into this. I'm so invested in this. This is so good. I've heard about it because I watch a lot of like, I like to hear about things that were banned or weird like broadcasts that went wrong, things like that. And so that's why I've heard about this. But like, why isn't this more of a famous horror movie? Because this is legitimately pretty great. I mean, unless it like shits in the bed in the last half hour.
Suzanne, are you okay? You alright? Come on.
It wasn't me!
It doesn't matter.
wasn't me!
It doesn't matter.
It's a Jeff the Mongoose situation. Look at her face. I don't know this lady. This lady looks weirdly familiar, but I can't figure out where I've seen her before. Maybe she's just one of those people that looks like a bunch of different actresses. But she's very good in this. You just see like devastation.
That's quite extraordinary.
And also just the like, my book.
Really,
Please don't be simplistic. This is one incident amongst many, many dozens. I was there. I've seen them. I've seen inexplicable things. 100%. No question.
And this?
Let's not get sidetracked, please.
You can see all this on her face of like, it's sounding determined, but you can see in her eyes that she's starting to run through every single thing she's seen and doubting it.
Let's not lose the scent. Can somebody in the gallery tell me if it's possible to access the tape interviews I shot at the university, please?
I'm sure it will be, yes.
In view of what's happened, there's a sequence I need to find urgently.
Yeah, well, they're saying they can get to it sometime further on the program.
Also, I like that it's not immediate, that they can't just immediately pull it up, because how could they immediately pull it up? It would take a few minutes, so they have to kind of vamp in the meantime. I gotta know if any, because I know I have some UK followers. If you see this and you were alive and watched this live, I gotta know what you thought. Because if I had been, like, well, technically I was alive, but I mean, like, if I had been, you know, aware enough to watch this, I would have, like, been so scared my heart would have exploded and then, like, come out of my eyeballs. I would have been so destroyed for life. Is what I would have been if this had come out if I had seen it as a kid. I do know that it did cause a lot of problems for kids who saw it. I have friends who saw it when it came out in the UK and said that it terrified the shit out of them. I know that there were a lot of phone calls coming to, so I assume that maybe that phone number was real. Maybe you can go leave your ghost stories there at the time. I do know that it did there was somebody who took their own life a few days after the program that was, I believe, very mentally unwell, of course, one would assume to do that, and had like a lot of stuff going on, like mental and development wise, and also I think had like, if I remember right, I read about this a while ago, like had banging, so I'm so sorry if I'm getting the details wrong, also had like banging pipes, and so he then became convinced that it was real, and so that if he took his own life, then he would be a ghost and still be with his family, kind of a thing. It's always awful when that happens, like when a film or something like that accidentally inspires something that it is not meant to. I know I've got a buddy in the UK who wrote the horror UK comedy Severance, and not the TV show, the horror movie, and somebody ended up killing somebody in the same style as someone in that film because they just wanted to see what it would look like in real life. That's obviously, I think they probably would have killed someone regardless of that. I think they were already on there. It's that whole, from Scream, horror movies don't make serial killers, they make serial killers more creative. I imagine that he was already probably on his way. I doubt that Severance inspired all of that, but still, it's just kind of, it's really awful when that happened. I kept kind of thinking about that as I'm watching this, trying to figure out when to bring that up, because it feels wrong not to bring it up. That did happen. But it does, I don't know what you can do. I guess just like have a little thing at the bottom of the screen the entire time that says this isn't real. I don't know. I mean, like, the thing just flipped in front of my face. I'm trying to think if I've seen any versions of that. The closest I can think of, and it's not remotely this, but the idea of something airing without explanation, me being very confused, I guess would be when I first saw The Room, because I saw it when it originally aired on Adult Swim, when they would play it on April Fools. They played it, I think, like 3 years in a row with no explanation, just like where you'd normally watch like Awkward Hunger Force. They showed The Room, and I, for like a good long while, thought that The Room was something that Adult Swim made. Like, that they just make weird shit sometimes, and they made that. I was very confused. That's about the closest I can say I've come to something like this, of inexplicable thing on TV. But yeah, I don't know, man. If you saw this as a kid or as an adult, whatever age you are, but saw it on TV not knowing what it was, let me know what that was like.
I asked a grown-up, I think it was my grandmother, which made the situation worse in a way because...
Can we just clear the set? Yeah, well, something's gone very wrong with that ghost story. Probably a poltergeist. What do you think, Dr. Pascoe?
I've mentioned that it can mess with text, so I think it's funny they cut that, and still having a guy standing there is great. It seems like they were caught unaware. It's the little, again, I'll keep saying it, but it's the little touches.
We've got this big glass table. My husband just rested one finger on it, and it exploded. Glass everywhere. His face and hands were cut.
Sorry. The thing of touching the glass and it exploding of the coffee table made me think of the movie The Coffee Table, which I saw earlier this, like a couple months ago. One of the most, maybe the most disturbing film I've seen this year, maybe second to The Ugly Stepsister, which I'm not ready to talk about. Yeah, no, The Coffee Table. Oof. If you like disturbing horror films, check it out.
To say, I think it's high time probably that your kids were in bed.
Yeah.
I mean, it is past the 9 o'clock watershed, isn't it?
That's it. That's just it. They won't go to bed. I can't drag them away from the TV. I tell them to look what time it is, but the clock still shows 9:30.
Excuse me, have all your clocks stopped?
Oh, interesting. Huh. So the insinuating that, like, the broadcast of the ghost is, like, infecting other houses so that all the clocks are stopping?
Now, please, would you switch off the TV and please send your kids to bed? Thanks for calling us,
He's
but
very
we've got
good.
to move on.
You
Thank
can
you.
tell that he's a, like, proper presenter because he's just, like, he brings that... I'm so glad they used him and not, like, an actor, because he just brings this air of, just, like, professionalism, and I imagine even more so if I knew him and knew that he was a presenter that I'd seen before on television. But, like, I just kind of believe him as this guy, and that I believe what he's saying.
Thank you. It's Pamela. Listen to this. Cats. It's like cats.
Can you hear it?
Where, Pam?
It's all right. It's all around us.
Cats?
Like the trap somewhere. Do you hear it? Cats running around up there in the ceiling.
Can you hear anything,
Yes.
Sarah?
Yeah, I can hear it now. She's right.
Mum, what is it, Kimmy?
What's wrong, Susie? What?
Sorry, those cats just sounded like a bunch of people making cat sounds. It was very silly. Maybe that's actual audio of cats. It sounded hilariously like people making cat sounds.
Years later, I found out that she really did exist, and she was a baby farmer, like a childminder. She used to take kids in, but she used to kill them, and she drowned them in the big coppers. And why I'm ringing is she used to live in one of the old terraces in Foxhill by the railway, as it was then, and is now Foxhill Drive, and I'm just sure it's where those poor girls live now.
I figured if it was going to be a ghost background, it would be like, just someone died there and they're upset. Or maybe someone, I don't know, something minor. Maybe at the most, like, oh, maybe he was a killer. The fact that it's like some woman who drowned children. I just didn't expect it to be so dark. I'm loving it. I just didn't expect that we were going to get so dark with this.
Suzanne's feeling a bit better now. We still don't know how the scratches got on her face.
Look at that little seal right there. Hey, seal. I pay attention to the important things. That's a cute-ass seal.
What does he look like, Kimmy?
Like somebody's mum.
Is it a guy or is it a girl or is it both or what's up? And what's with the cats? Is the water thing why the circle of water? Because like drown it in a basin, then the circle will be the bottom of the. I don't know.
Where are we going? Just outside. Where are we going? Come on. Downstairs. Just outside.
Oh.
Where are we going?
Is there something?
Outside. Where are we going?
Yes. Yes. That's something.
I hope they are out shortly.
Now every time there's a crowd, I'm like, where are you bald bastard?
Ken and Joyce Scrivener from Telford in Shropshire, their radio has gone dead and the microwave oven is pinging repetitively.
Well, where are they happening? I mean, is there a geographical pattern? How many of these incidents are there?
I don't know how many.
Imagine if you're watching this late at night and then just as sometimes stuff does, like your microwave pings for no reason. Oh, you pee yourself. You pee. And no one could blame you for peeing.
Of these to take with
My
a pinch of salt. Mrs. Pinder from Chepstow, her dog won't stop.
All locations from the UK sound fake, by the way.
Mr. Naro from Cheltenham says his son is making glasses break.
I'm sure we can assume that many, if not all of these...
His son is making what does that mean? Does it mean his son is throwing glasses or his son is psychically making glasses break?
But, they won't move. They won't listen to me. I think Suzanne's in...
It's kind of what makes me think of, in the first Paranormal Activity, when Nico's trying to get, oh shoot, what was that girl's name? Is it Heather? I can't recall. The girl from the first Paranormal Activity out of the house. And, or she like wanted to go so badly, and then in the very last morning, she's like, no, it's fine. She just looks really worn out. She's like holding the crucifix.
in some kind of a state of shock.
There are incredible noises coming from the walls and from the ceiling.
Oh. Kimmy? Kim? Could you do something?
I had to pause for a second because there's actually currently a scratching sound at my window. And it did make me jump. Oh, it's funny. This is a basement window, so wildlife, also it's pouring rain out, so that's part of what I'm hearing as well. But oh, there was a minute where I forgot reason it did scare me, which is a sign of a good film. These crazy cat sounds are destroying me. What the hell are cats have to do with anything?
Shall I get you one out of the kitchen drawer? Take this away.
I'm gonna release the ghost cats. Ooh, it opens on its own.
Mike!
Oh! There was fully something standing there. Yep, there sure was.
Mike!
And it killed that man.
Still no sound, but it looks peaceful enough, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Well, that's gotta be old footage because that picture's still back on the wall. That picture's back on the wall, which means that is not really happening right now. So what is happening?
Where's the sound man? I assume that
my
they've got him
question.
out, actually, obviously. Hello, your name is?
I don't want to give my name, but I think I have some information for you about the history of the house. Raymond Tunstall.
How do you know him? Why are you calling, sir?
I worked as a social worker when he came out of psychiatric hospital. He had several convictions for molestation, aggravated abuse, abduction of minors. He should never have been let anywhere near any community. He was a very disturbed man, in my opinion.
In what way?
From the...
Oh, I got chills. No. Horrible.
Time he moved to Fox Hill Drive, he developed paranoid fantasies. He used to tell me there was a woman on the inside of his body, taking over his thoughts and actions, making him do things he didn't want to do. He started to wear dresses.
So, okay, so is the ghost this guy, or is the ghost a ghost possessed by another ghost? Like, was that the woman who drowned kids, was that meant to be a misdirection? Or is our ghost, Mr. Pipes, this dude being possessed or at least influenced by that lady? So we've got a ghost in a ghost situation. We've got like a ghost turducken, and no one's happy.
Tunstall hanged himself. He tied wire around his neck to a lathe and switched it on. Did it where he kept his tools, under the stairs. His aunt and uncle were on holiday. It was 12 days before anybody found him. They heard the cats screaming. He had about a dozen cats. The cats were locked in, of course. And of course, 12 days, they got hungry.
Oh my god!
They got to work.
Ooh, this is giving me chillies.
On his face.
It doesn't help that I keep hearing stuff from the window back there. Because there's bushes, and I think there's just like a raccoon or maybe the neighbor cat just like chilling under the bushes because it's raining. But I just keep hearing like crinkling behind me, like right behind me. It keeps giving me chills. So okay, we have a potentially child kidnapper / toucher, possibly being possessed or influenced by a child murderer who took their own life, and then their body was eaten by cats. What the fuck, BBC?
This is some earlier footage from earlier in the evening. This is just a cover. It's a dupe.
But
this isn't happening now.
But what is?
Was what you wanted, wasn't it? We just gave you.
To come in like a mid-scream like that was wild.
You're not playing the shots anymore.
Monsieur, have I ever heard of a wind in it?
What service do we have tonight?
I don't understand.
Jesus, Michael, we've created a seance. A massive seance.
Where are we now?
Alright, they just kind of lost me a little bit. That was a little silly. I know now it's probably going to go crazy. I wish they hadn't done the whole, like, there's a seance. It's in the machines. Sure, I love the idea of people calling in and having, like, their clock stop. That's great. That's pretty cool. But now we're going to have, like, wind and, like, things are going to, it's going to get silly for me. That's okay. This is still great. I just have a low threshold for, like, when this stuff gets too silly for me, and I'm about there. But still, you cannot deny this has been great.
Come on. It's no good. Get off me!
It's so upsetting knowing like to not only have this be scary, but to also like go after kids. You didn't have to go that hard, BBC. No, the cats! They'll eat your eyes.
Sarah? Sarah?
Oh. Cat's down. Oh shit, was he there? Is that him? I think it is. Am I seeing things? No, I don't know if I'm seeing stuff. I think that was him. Ah, he's in the studio! Yeah, the cats!
It's difficult to know, even if anybody's still with us, but if they are, this is the scene in this studio, this totally deserted studio. Autocue's working. round and round the garden like a teddy bear.
Oh, it's Mr. Pipes! Yeah, Mr. Pipes! His cats. Okay. Going out on a cat rage sound is a little silly. However, that was great. You cannot deny that was pretty fucking great. Like, legitimately really good. God, you can see how much that must have inspired, like, so much stuff we have. Like, that is, oh my gosh, why is this? I'm upset this isn't talked about more. In, like, horror circles, especially in found footage circles. Would this count? No, because would this count as found footage? No. Because the footage isn't found, it was aired live in the plot of the story. Because for it to be found footage, it has to be lost and then found. So no, I guess handling this wouldn't count as found footage. But oh well. It's still great. That was freaking awesome. That was so good. I'm genuinely shocked. I thought that would be very silly. And yes, there are parts that I found silly, but that was mostly I find certain things silly. But really, really well done. And I imagine probably scared the living shit out of quite a few people, as I know it did. All right, I recorded for a very long time, and I genuinely do not know if this will let me post. So I truly might have just wasted, well, I did not waste any time because I got to watch a really cool movie. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see if you're ever watching this video. If you are, thanks for joining me. This was wild. If it does work out and you want me to check out some more movies, I don't just watch horror films. I watch everything. Truly, I watch every kind of movie. Every genre, every country of origin, every time period, whatever it may be. I have a Letterboxd account. I've watched thousands of movies, literally. So yeah, let me know if you ever want me to watch something on here with you guys, because I don't know, films are my passion, obviously. It'd be fun to share them with y'all, either ones I haven't seen, or if you guys want to, ones I have seen, and we'll just talk a lot about. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. They're still scratching at the window behind me. That was awesome. I'm now going to go up to my room and maybe watch something a little bit nicer right before I go to bed. Maybe that was not a great, it's now like 1 in the morning and I should be going to sleep, but I think maybe I'm going to watch a little Buff or something before I go to sleep. I don't know. So I don't have spooky dreams. All right. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.